Okay, so I have got a bunch of stuff I pulled together that's just scraps, just absolutely scraps. So I am going to just let you kind of see real quick. I've got a bunch of little bits and pieces of materials, little bits of bling. I've got bunches of different little pieces of paper that kind of coordinate, and some little bits of ephemera that pretty much everything that I've cut out or been sent to me, gifted, that kind of thing. There's a few pieces of store-bought, and the rest of it is, you know, just stuff. So I am going to leave you for a few minutes and do some die cutting and some cutting, you know, punching, and then I'll be back and we're going to make some really pretty ephemera. Okay, be back. Alright, I probably got way more than I need, but this is probably anything any of you guys would have in your stash, somewhere in your stash. You know, so I'm just trying to come across stuff that is going to make really pretty really good looking pretty ephemera pieces. And you know, some of this will look good with it, some of it won't. So as I take it away, then I'll have less and less to deal with, and I don't think that's going to go with anything. But these are just little tidbits that I just hated to get rid of, and so I'm trying to find things that I will like them on. This is, I think, a little too whimsical. Wrong colors for today. This is off of paper. I always save the little ones that are interesting, and so that one might work. I'm going to leave that one out for right now. See, I'm just trying to look at my larger. I may like that as part of something. Wrong color. That might be interesting. We're just trying these out. I might change them around as I go. Change them around as I go. I don't know. I don't know. I've done a little stamping already. I kind of got my metallic inks out. Let's see, I might. Let's see, I definitely think I like that there. No. I like that one on there. I like that on there. I have this. This is pretty on there too, but not with the gray. Okay, this is a little piece of vellum. I'm going to stick that right there. I'm going to put this here as well. And this is just the way I do it. I just kind of run around like a chicken with my head cut off and see what I can come up with. Like I said, these are all little tidbits that, like, if I have a little piece of paper that I really like, I will grab a few things and cut out stuff. I kind of save all of my small dies. That's pretty on there. I kind of save all of my small dies and work with them. You know, when I find something I like, let's see. She's kind of all by herself still. That works there for me. This one's a little larger. I do have this that I could make a few things out of. Okay, so those are done. Let's see, I've got some really pretty hearts. I kind of like that one with this too. Now, nothing is in the order that it's going to be placed on anything. These are just things that I like. This is just some of the stuff that's left over from a die cut that I have. Let's see, is this might like that with that. And that's a really soft pink. That might work good across there. Okay. And let's see. These are all the wrong colors. I was gifted these, and I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I remember. They might be Artsy Girl gifted these to me, or gosh, I don't know. I can't remember. Okay, and then I have lots of teeny tiny little butterflies. Paper Studios at Hobby Lobby has these little teeny they're like $1.99, and I use a 40% off coupon, so I get them like next to nothing. But I find that I use them. I've got like a butterfly, a heart, and this is a little flower, really cutesy little flower. But they are tiny, and for these kind of things, they come in really handy. Now I have, this is a little jewelry clip. Now I've got a couple of them that I put happy on. I figured the sew wouldn't make it, but I put happy on there, so I thought, well, that would be kind of cute. But then I've also got a few other things that I stamped something out on, which I just don't think that's going to work for this, but I'll have them for another time. Let's see if any of these are going to work on anything. Of course, I can go and change the ink. This is if I needed to, and that's one reason I like, you know, kind of doing some of these in white, because then I can kind of change whatever I want. Nothing there. Then I've got some really cool strips. Let's see, that'll work there. That'll work there. And this is the same strip here. No. Honestly, I don't remember why I have that one. So I've got it. I think that'll work on that. Okay, so there's that. And the flowers I'm going to kind of add, you know, at the end as well. Now I have these little the ends that I cut out of here. They ended up looking fairly even, so I thought, oh, how cool. So I thought I would put them on one of these. Look kind of interesting. Okay, so you see the process. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through all the little teeny tiny things, pile them all on, come back, and we'll make a few of them together. I'll show you some of them, and then we'll make a few of them together. I'll probably go back and do some stamping on a few of them. Do I like this with that? No, I'm not finding a whole lot that I like with this young lady. I'm going to have to work harder for her. And that green's just totally out of there. So this is all, let me show you. This is what I keep all my little things in. So most of these little cut pieces will go in here. And then every time I do a little project that I'm doing this kind of stuff on, I just open it up, empty it out. But all of this, I can fit a lot in here. And that way, when it starts getting full, I know it's time to do this again. So, and especially if I'm working on the same kind of project, let's see, this has got to go with something. That might work with that. I still need something for this. You know, little tidbits. I'm thinking I really don't like that with that. Blah, 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 blah. I will eventually use all of these. I ended up cutting a bunch of those out one time. I also have, like this is tidbits of ribbon. I think I'm going to leave that on that one. Let's see what I got here. This is a little tidbit of a piece of lace. I'm going to try that one on there. Let's see. This is a bit of ribbon, and I can actually use it on 2 or 3 things. Gosh, I think I might like it for both of those. Oh, let's leave that there with those for a little while. Let's see what else I've got. Okay, now some of this I might like with this lady. Let me just get a little bit of this. Gonna put that there. I'm going to put some of this here with that one. And I'll put a little bit of that in there. And see, this just uses up all my little pieces and parts that I am just so ready to get rid of, but in a good way, not throw away, if that makes any sense. It makes sense, perfect sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me. Not today for that one. What else do I have in here? Here's a little tidbit of a burlap. That might go there. Here's a piece of a green. I might have to try there. A little piece of a white. Might go there. Now I have this little fuzzy. I think this might be a little too much for these. This little bit of eyelet. Maybe on this one. I'll leave it with that one. But this is what I do. I just kind of run through everything really quick and just lay it down, and I end up getting a ton of them done at about the same time. Instead of, you know, a titch here and a titch there, and oh, here's one done. That ain't for me. Okay, and then this is a little bit of stuff that was taken off of a end of a lace, gathered lace, and I think that might be the only one I'm going to like that with, so that's good, that's alright. And I think there was one more little piece of something in here. Let's see, now this is off a gathered piece of lace, but it's white. And no, this is a little velvet curtain that I own. Bought it at a thrift store for nothing, just absolutely pennies on the dollar. This is a little tidbit of ribbon I've been hanging around for a while. This is kind of a salmon-y, I don't know. See, and I'm thinking now, I keep looking at this and I don't like this with this. And I'm not going to like it with anything else, so that's going to go off to the side. But that's what I do. I just keep playing around until I've found what I think to be enough stuff. That might look good there. See, I don't throw anything away. I just absolutely don't throw anything away. Even that little tidbit right there is going to make it look lovely. Okay, so let me kind of clear off everything else after I go through these little teeny pieces and parts here and some of these flowers, and I will be back in just a moment so that you guys can watch me put this all together. Okay, I'm just going to go through a few of these with you, and I'm going to go ahead and first off I'm going to make a hole in this. Oops. Okay. And let's see, we're going to I think I like starting on both ends, so let me get my glue. Okay, where are you, glue? There we go. Oh, goodness. Oh! See, I need a... Hey, first, if you don't succeed, figure out how to make it work. Okay, so there we go. That goes right across there. I like that. And then wrap this around a little bit. I can make it work like that. So let me get some of this glued together here. Right across here. See, the art glitter glue does work on material, but it doesn't work on it as fast as like if you had Fabri-Tac going. And I should have just used my Fabri-Tac. In fact, I think I'm going to get it out, because this is supposed to be a rather speedy video, and that's not happening. Okay, and I'm going to put, so I want to get these flat, and I'm going to put this piece down right here. This is going to go right in here. Flip it this way. Let me kind of flatten that down, and then give me a little bit here. And kind of flatten that down a little bit. Okay, then I have a heart that fits into the spot there. I don't think I like it fitting in. How about if I put it off to the side here? I like that better. I've got a little heart that says love on it out of this paper. Okay, so let me put these two together. Little dot. That in there, just a little cockly-eyed, and then this is going to be a little offset, a little kind of funky looking as well. Okay, and then I've got this little butterfly that is also from the same paper that this is from. Actually, let me put a, ooh, hello. Let me put a little bit of this on there, because I'm going to put it on the ribbon. Clip these, cut these off. And there's one. Cute. Alright, let's pull this one next. And did I like these on here as well? Not really. But I really love this. Cut it off of a, this is a, from a printable. And I think I'm going to cut this end off here. It's from a printable. Whose Dreams, etc. I think it's called Cottage Rose. I think is what it's called. And I'm just gonna stick this right here, and I think I'm just gonna stick this right here, just as a little kind of tab thing. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so let's put this here. And then this here. Yeah, that's kind of cute. So a little further over. Yeah, with the chicken wire, that's super cute. It doesn't really need a whole lot of anything else other than that. Just put a little bit there. This way I let the paper do all the work for me. So there's that one. Oops. Okay, let's get this one out of here. And I think this will go across the top. Now this is biased, folded bias tape. I cut the other side off and used it on one of my journal pieces. And I'm just going to glue this down on the back side. And for the time being, I'm going to leave it open on the front side. Okay. There we go. We'll cut this little end off. Do it this way. There we go. I might be able to use that for something else. Okay. Now, did I have this for this side? And I have this little piece. Let's see. This little piece of vellum. Did I like this better? No. But I think I'm going to take and just, I'm going to have to let this one dry. Just getting a little bit of that same bronzy color. Okay, so I'm gonna, if I touch that with my fingers, I'll have it all over myself. I'm gonna set this aside until we get, okay, now this one, I kind of wanted to let's see, or and I also tell you another thing that I do, if it's not coming together right away, I set it aside again, because I might come up with something else that I like, so I just set it aside. And here's the next one. Okay, and I also, one thing you didn't see was I had this little top hat, and I printed those out and fussy cut them, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to let this one go to waste. I will find something for this. And I have. So now this lady is going to be just a little, let's see. She's going to be just a little fun little gal. And let me do, because I'd like this to be bigger. So let me do this. Am I in? Okay, let me do this. Cut this right about here. And that way I'm going to have the same color. You see how I did that? Okay, and I'm going to take a piece of this and glue it on the back here to help it to stick together. But that way, if you need a wider strip, but all you have is a little one, you can do it. It don't matter. And see, it's going to be underneath this, so you're just going to see the color. You're not going to see that it doesn't match. And I don't know. Don't know that I like this on there anymore. Let's see. Oops, got this a little bit. See, do I still like this with all of this? Oops. Uh-huh. Well, heavens to Betsy. Okay, so I'm going to move this off to the side again too, because this is all rapid stuff that we're supposed to be doing here. And yeah. Alright, next one. This one had a lot of stuff going on. Am I keeping in? Okay. So, let's see what we got here. And I pulled out some, you've got these little flowers. I think I had 3 of them. Yep, there they are, 3 little flowers. Now this is kind of going to be the center. And I'm going to put, just going to kind of bend these up just a smidge. And here it is. What colors do I have over here? I pulled together some little these are white. There's 2. That's a red one, no thank you. That's another white one. So there's 3 little white ones, which we'll put on the flowers. So let me put little bits of glue in the centers here. Do my little pick-me-up doodaddy thing. There's one. There's two. And there's three. So let those dry while we handle some other things. Let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to leave this off. Put this down one side. Yep, I think I like it better without it. And maybe just do the flowers and call that one done. What do you think? I don't know. Well, I know I'm going to put the flowers on, so let me just put 3 little dots of glue here. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, and 3. There we go. And let me think on this one as well. Okay, next. I'm getting more and more little pieces that I'm not using, which is kind of typical for me. But this one, and most of the time the stuff that's hanging off I cut. Not all the time, but most of the time. And let's see, I'm going to stick that there. I've got a really pretty little flower. How's that? Yeah, I think I like that too, don't I? Alrighty. And if you overthink them too much, I'm just gonna put that glob on there. That'll take care of that. And this comes on next. No, let me. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to slide this up in there and it should catch into some of that glue. Perfect. Slide this in with a little bit of glue on it, both front and back. down, right about there. And put the little butterfly on top of the flower. Good. Okay. Does that all work? And I think I'm just gonna snip this off and let it hang over the edge on that one. Super cute, very simple. I'm not going to use that. Okay. Next, oh, for me. Okay. Here we go. I got a couple butterflies. Throw that little tidbit away. I've got a stamped image. Let's see. I like that hanging up there. This coming down. Little tag. Can't quite get this whole thing in here. Let me turn it this way so you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, I've got that there hanging off the top, this little tag here, and see later on down the line I can come in and stamp something on that if I want to. I've got a little butterfly right there, and let's put a little butterfly on the flowers down here on the, okay, this is good. Do I like that on the bottom, or let's see. I'm stealing. Oh no, that's the one I wet. Let's see. There's another little ticket. Actually, that's kind of interesting, even though it's not really got a lot of any pink on it. But no. How about the lace? No. Alright, well I'm going to go with this. Okay. So I'm going to put a little across the top. Because not only am I wanting to glue this down, I'm also wanting to keep it from fraying anymore. Then it's already fraying, and then I'm going to lift this up and put some more glue down and snag this in there. Oh, for heaven's sakes, there we go. Okay, put this little butterfly on here. Good. We're going to slide this guy in. Put a little glue on this side. And a little of that stuff on that side. Kind of slide him on right in there. Perfect. Put this silly looking egg down here. It's not really an egg, it's an oval cutout, but to me it kind of sings egg. And you know what I think I'm going to do? think, well, no, because I don't know what color. I was going to color in just one of the flowers, but I have that option later on if I want to do that, depending on what I'm going to use it on. And we're just going to put that little fella right there. So that's kind of a flatter piece. Got a lot of texture going on, but I can then make it into something a little different a little later on. I can add buttons or bling or something like that. Anyway, so there's that one. This is one that I've really been looking forward to. Okay. Now, and I also had this. It's a grunge board. This was from a friend of mine, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for this. And let's see. Okay, so I'm going to set everything off to this side. I have this really wicked cool ticket. I think just going to let's see what I can do. I've got one of these. I'm going to see if I can put some kind of let's see, what do I want to do here? I don't know what, no, it's too tiny. I won't be able to figure it out. Let me think. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let me find. Let's see. I can slide this in here, which I will be able to do. Let me get it. So I'm just putting some make sure it's lined up. Okay. And now I can line it up with this and finish off the little end. So now I can stick it, and look how cute. Just with a little snippet of paper, I added a ton of cuteness. But yeah, remember your post-it notes are great for extending lengths of paper. But this is one way that you can use all of your, I hope I had that in, I just thought of that, I hope I had that in view. Let's see, and I'm gonna, and then I thought this would kind of look like a door to me. Let me pull this over here. Pull this here and put this way. Or am I leaving that off altogether? But that's what this reminded me of, was a door. I really think I need the heart. That's kind of cute. And then I was going to use this not as a heart, but just use some of these blings to put maybe like right across here. Okay, and I also think, I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let me try it on the back side first. It'll definitely add some, yeah, okay. Let me get a piece of paper. There we go. It's just some spun sugar. Some of the original regular stuff. Yeah, that is super cute. Super cute. There you go. Okay. This stuff is really neat ribbon. It comes on a roll. I don't know if I had ever seen it before, but at my little craft store that I go to in South Daytona Beach, Florida. Called Stamp and Deliver, if anybody's out there that's watching that lives in this area. It's a super cool place to go. She does have a Facebook page, so you could stamp and deliver. Become friends with her on Facebook. Okay. I think you got the idea. I'm not going to continue with, you know, doing all of these. I think I'm going to finish them up, come back and show you all of them, and we'll yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, oops. There we go, and I'll just cut the end of that off. Alright guys, I'm going to add a few of these, and I'm going to come back, finish them all, and come back and show you the rest of them, okay? Okay, so I have these done, and I am going to put them all aside here and kind of go over one at a time and get you a close-up. Okay, so now this one is a store-bought one. I think it's a, yeah, one of those 75 cents or whatever that paper line was. I think Bo Bunny did it years ago. So that's what that one was, and I just took a couple of cut flowers with some bling in the center and just added to it. So this can be just added to a page as a tuck, or added to something. I just didn't like any of them that I, you know, to add them to for this one, this little grouping. Then I've got this, and that's just one of the little tags that I have a punch for, and then this is just a heart with some, it's, I don't know if you're picking that up or not. I'm not seeing it, but you may. It's got some swirls, some really light swirls in it, and then this paper here that I did the postage stamp, and then just this little piece. Now I took glue on the back side all the way around to help keep it from fraying, and then a little eyelet, and of course I'll run string or something through there when I go to use it. So there's that one. This one, little punch down at the bottom, gave it a little different edge to it. This is a Tim Holtz banner, the long thin stripped banner strip die. Then this is just cut from some paper, little heart down here, little teeny piece of ribbon I found at the bottom of my ribbon stash, and then this is that piece of yes, bias tape. So there's that one. This is a Prima stamp, some eyelet lace. There's that banner that I made out of the one long strip that's cut in half and then put together. So it looks like one full piece. You can't really see a whole lot of it. A little bit of that gold velvet, a nice brad, little heart, and I put a top hat with sitting on half of that little heart. And then there's this one, really straightforward and simple. It's got a little snippet of paper there. This one, this is a heart die that I have that cuts out the outside and the inside. This bigger heart is the inside of one of these. And then I've got another one of those little hearts. It's from a piece of this paper. I've got a little eyelet trim that is just ruffled up and folded, glued down, and then a little piece of ribbon that I had in the bottom of my stuff, a little butterfly out of this paper, and then a nice brad. Again, it's opened on the back, so again that will have to be, I will either lay this down onto a coordinating piece of cardstock that will go with whatever I'm working with, or I'll use it as a tuck spot or something like that. Then here is a stamp that I put on this long one. I've got some more of this stuff from a, it's actually a tablecloth, but it's pretty nice. And this is a little ticket, a little butterfly there. This is another piece of that just random burlap, and again I did the gluing up underneath so it wouldn't continue to fray too much. Found a button with ran the string through. It's a four-holer button, and so I ran the string through crossed ways. And then I got a little butterfly right here as well. So there you go. I think I'm gonna have to, oops, come out just a little bit because these are getting bigger. This has got, I think you can see it right there. Some stamping right across the top here. Yeah, there you see it. And it's kind of modeled paper anyway. This was store-bought, and the rest of these things were just from my stash. A bit of paper. That is that other little piece that I had with all the writing on it. I've got a lot of pieces and parts out of that paper. And then I got a little flower from a printable, I think Dreams, etc., and it's the mermaid paper. I can't remember, Whimsical Sea or something like that. So that flower was cut out of that paper, but I never used it. And then a butterfly. So there's that. And I tell you, this was the hardest one for me to do. I just wasn't happy with it. And I still think I'm missing something somewhere or something, but I'm leaving it. As it sits right now is how it sits. I've got this stamping through here, this little stamp here, and then all these little pieces and parts A little bit of music paper, some stamping on this. This was white paper, and I took some spun sugar and put on that. I did a little, this is the same color paper, and I had just a little strip of it left, and I ran it through that same punch and put a little lace. And I stamped this and then inked it around. I think this is one of my favorites. This was 2 little pieces I had from the banner that I made. I cut the 2 little pieces off of there to make the V shape, and I saved those for the bottom here. I got a little heart, little set of hearts from that one. Let me get that for you so you can see. This one. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. This is a Simon Says stamp, and it's called a heart banner. And I have used this I don't know how many times. I love it. Okay, so, and then this is a little piece of pink ribbon with little raised white polka dots on there, so that's really stinking cute. This is a really light white and pink paper that this was cut out of. There's some more of that little paper that I cut a heart out, and then this is a ticket, and I just kind of cut it in half and slid it underneath there like it's a tag, but it does not come out. So there's that. I really like that. This one, pretty straightforward and simple. Some lace, some velvet trim, some stamping. It's also got some stamping here in the metallic silver. A couple of the mini staplers, and then just a little piece of burlap linen. And this is the last one. So I've got that hinge, and I put some of those little pearls on there, pink pearls. And there's some more of those pink pearls, the small little heart, and then that heart cut out of the paper. I've got this ribbon. I cut out a little piece I had left and got a border punch again, the scallop border punch. This was a piece that I'd cut off of the front of one of the paper packs that I had, and then this is actually a purchased piece of ephemera. Didn't have too many of those pieces in that little grouping, and this is how I use my scrap paper, guys. And if you do it every now and again, you're gonna kind of have a bunch of scrap paper from the very similar project, and it's not going to get all all mixed up. You're going to kind of have the same kind of stuff out. So I hope you guys try this and try the way that I did it, and all in all, it probably took me a little bit over an hour to get all these done, I think, because I had so much problem with this one. That's what took me the longest. So don't deal with any pink ones. Alright guys, have a great one. We'll talk to you later.